Welcome to the overview on using data to identify students' needs. Teachers need to be able to use data to accurately gauge students' knowledge and skills. Academic data should come from a variety of formal sources, including classroom assessments such as unit tests, benchmark or interim assessments, and other classroom data such as projects and homework. Teachers should also use data that are gathered informally by observing students and classes. Effective differentiation also requires using behavioral data. Again, teachers should utilize both formal data, such as attendance and behavioral referrals, as well as informal data, such as observations of student engagement. Teachers should collect a variety of academic data. Statewide annual assessments can provide information on broad areas of strengths and weaknesses. Teachers should also use data from classroom tests, which are administered more frequently. These assessments provide more precise information for developing instructional plans. Teachers also need to gather other data such as attendance and disciplinary records, parent communications, behavior charts, individualized education plans, and data from students' cumulative folders. It is especially important to review cumulative records if the student is new to the school. Teachers should also watch students closely, noting how they respond to different types of activities and lessons, and how they engage with peers during class. This will allow teachers to develop a complete picture of each student's strengths and weaknesses. Teachers need opportunities to interpret data with other teachers, either by grade level or subject area. Teachers should meet regularly as a group to review the data and to discuss how instruction will be delivered in response. They can use the data to frame discussions about class and school-wide trends, instructional practices, and student performance. They can also share ideas with their peers about strategies that were effective in differentiating instruction. Teachers should be prepared to evaluate each instructional goal for individual students and as part of a larger unit or curriculum. For instance, an algebra teacher may find that a student consistently demonstrates mastery of all concepts presented in the class. They may also find, however, that a student who outpaced their peers in a unit on linear equations may struggle in the next unit on linear inequalities. They need to take into account both students' prior and current performance to be flexible and modify their differentiation strategies as needed. Data will inform teachers about which students require additional support and which students are prepared for acceleration. Teachers can incorporate additional opportunities for explicit instruction for struggling students and provide reinforcement and opportunities for enrichment for more advanced students. They can also use these data to determine when students are ready to move on to the next instructional topic. In the example of algebra class, the teacher may provide additional direct instruction on linear inequalities for students struggling with this concept, while allowing students who have demonstrated mastery to apply that knowledge to the upcoming lesson on quadratic equations. There are several challenges associated with using data effectively to differentiate instruction. The most common challenge is that teachers lack or feel they lack the resources, either material or knowledge, to use data. They may feel overwhelmed at the notion of using so much data to make such precise decisions. Schools and districts should provide professional development and other supports to help teachers in this process. Technology can also be a challenge. Access to tablets, computers, and analysis software, for example, makes using data much easier and more efficient. Schools and districts should seek out resources to make data use easier for teachers. Finally, using data also requires a coordinated approach among teachers and administrators in order to occur effectively. Many schools struggle with finding common planning time to allow for this interaction. Schools should attempt to dedicate at least a small amount of time each week for teachers to work, alone or in groups, on data analysis and decisions. Using data for differentiation involves developing a coordinated approach to collecting, analyzing, and making decisions based on the data. Be sure to view the next practice on creating student groups based on student data to learn more about incorporating differentiated instruction in your classroom.